Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. And as the title says, I'm pissed and I want to get a few things off my chest. Public service announcement, okay? This may be negative. If you don't like and don't want to watch that and expect me to be just showing you fluffy kittens all throughout this video, because I once did it under Bielsa, but guess what? I was positive during that period. I'm not positive right now. You come for my opinion, I'm giving you my opinion. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, hit the notification bell, and let's get into it.
I don't think I do it.
Arsenal started like a house on fire. Signing number 2 for this new era. It's Judgment Day, people. Yeah! What did your boy tell you? It was never in doubt. Never in doubt. Don't believe in any luck, I believe I'm self-made, yeah. And like I said, folks, at the start, I'm pissed, yeah? So if you don't like that loud scream that you've just heard, don't watch it, like scroll past it. I've reduced the sound for you, right? I love the intro, I like the intro, and that was pure emotion when we secured Premier League status, right? So just chill. I need to tell myself to chill. But there's loads I want to get off my chest. Look, Leeds United are getting worse, not better. There are a number of factors that are to blame for this. My lightning rod goes to the board, and we will go through that in just a second. Of course, Jesse has to shoulder the blame. Guess what, folks? I don't hate him. Guess what, folks? If he got us promoted, would I have the same energy? All that BS that people want to say. I loved Bielsa because I liked the football that was being played. It's nothing to do with him getting us promoted. The football that I'm seeing right now, I don't enjoy. So therefore, I'm critical of it. It's nothing to do personally with Jesse. I like him. I like his passion. I like everything he says. Sometimes he talks too much, but this isn't me hating on him. You are allowed to be critical. It's important to be critical when things are going well. Self-reflection, reflecting on performances, etc. This is what I'm doing, and I'm going to try and explain what I believe is going wrong right now. And for me, worse, not better. I heard something on the square ball this morning from Michael Normanton, who said, had we have not beat Chelsea, would the calls for Jesse's job be even louder? And I sat and thought about that while I was having a morning turn, and I thought, he's probably right, because other than that, like what? Wolves, Southampton, we gifted a 2-goal lead away. We've had a couple of games called off, Man United, etc. Would we have run them? So take that Chelsea result out of it. It's not looking great, and we're falling fast. Now, I do think we'll be all right. There's a little part of me that thinks Jesse won't see the end of the season. That's not me calling for his sacking, right? That may change if results continue to go as bad. We're not going to beat Arsenal, are we? But, we've got Fulham, we've got Bournemouth coming up. Best believe we've got to win them, or the noise will be louder. The noise will be louder. We are getting worse, not better for me. Now, the only shining lights within this are the new players. That is facts. Adams, Rocker, Aronson, Christensen, best performance in a Leeds shirt yesterday. I was calling for Ayling. I was wrong. The best players in this squad are the current new signings. What does that tell you? That this squad needs investment. What do all the fans continue to say? That this squad needs investment. We'll talk about the striker. We'll talk about the centre-back and left-back scenario. We won't be in this situation if the club had invested. Do not come happy clappers saying to me, oh, yeah, but we've done this, we've done that. We broke even this year. You cannot sit still. You cannot sit still. Therefore, you have to continuously invest. Jesse wanted a striker. Jesse wanted a left-back. People will tell me otherwise, but after his meeting with Rads, the rhetoric changed because they don't want to put their hands in the pocket. And people will say, yeah, but they've done it up until this point. I get all that. But like I've just said, and I will continue to say, you cannot sit still. Because if you sit still, you will go backwards. You won't stay in the same position in the Premier League. You will regress back to the Championship. Now, first point I want to discuss is no plan B. My guy Bielsa got battered for not having a plan B, right? His answer was plan A better. Like Pep Guardiola, like Arteta's doing now with Arsenal, plan A better. Now, I would argue, yes, results, and he got the sack, and people think it was right. But for me, under Bielsa, plan A better was the best solution. under the current regime, under the current manager, we need a plan B. Like, actually a plan B. You know, when lazy journalisms, they go, they need a plan B. They need a big man up top. They need to put 5 at the back. They need to do this. They need to do that under Bielsa. We were always creating chances. There's only Brighton, really, and Southampton the odd occasion where we never created. Yes, we got spanked 7-0 sometimes, but we created. This current tactic, this current formation, we can't create. It's too easy to play against. I question whether or not Jesse Marsch is tactically intelligent enough to switch his formation up. I look at that Red Bull model, and all the successful coaches from that have gone on to get top jobs. Champions League clubs, national jobs. The two that never, and there may be more, so it might be just fitting my narrative. The two that never was Jesse and Ranić. Look what happened to Ranić at Man United. He was supposed to be Klopp's dad, Tuchel's dad. In a retirement home. He's got Alzheimer's, that Ranić. Ralph Ragnarok. But it's just a point, okay? And it might be to fit my narrative currently. But I just don't see no plan B. And Leeds do need a plan B because when Vieira switched it up yesterday, we didn't do anything. You can come out and say, oh, yeah, I like this squad. I love this squad. I love these players. I love this club. I get all that. So do I. But change it. He mentioned that he went to a diamond or something like that. I mean, I don't know. Just try and create chances. Allow the players to get their foot on the ball and actually play football instead of just banging it about like we're playing pinball. You know? 100 mile an hour, 100% of the time. Let's just calm it down, play a few passes, see if we can break them down. I think about like West Ham. I'm thinking of, no, we'll never create. What are we going to do? I think of all these teams that are in and around us, we'll struggle, man. We'll struggle against Fulham, we'll struggle against Bournemouth, and that shouldn't be happening, man. No disrespect to them, but I just don't see the answer because guess what? If they don't come out and play, then Leeds aren't creating. And if I'm a tactician of another club, I'm saying, listen, don't let them do that. Just bang it long. Bang it straight over the press. Get it into your baller like Eze and let him just put it in behind. Jesse mentioned it, or they kept chipping balls into the channel. We know that's a weakness. I know that's a weakness as a fan. So best believe the other man who's getting paid to be a decent tactician is going to know that as well. You know? I'm not sure he's got the tactical nous to cope in the Premier League. We shall see. I know people will disagree, but I can only give you my true opinion. I want him to do well, but he's not doing well. Facts. Now let's move on to Patrick Bamford. Patrick Bamford's getting a lot of hate. He's receiving a lot of the hate for not taking his chances. Look, we know that he's not always profitable. We know this. He's a 1 in 3 kind of guy. But for me, Bamford is class. That's just my opinion. You'll be said, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. He's not good enough, etc., etc. He is good enough. The issue with Bamford currently is his ring rustiness. And I come back to the fact that the board did not buy a striker to help shoulder that burden. Because guess what? Bamford physically is broken. He can't play 90 minutes. He played 60 minutes yesterday. It won't surprise me if he's picked up another knock and won't be fit for Arsenal. Well, but he's not the issue. If we had someone who could do what he does, i.e. profile of striker, we would then be able to tease Bamford into fitness and get him to a stage where he's fit, ready, raring to go. But guess what? We're having to play him when he's not 100%. So therefore, he's not able to get into the form that we need him to be on. Because Patrick Bamford, first season, finishes them chances, gets that assist. Not this Bamford who's still nursing himself back to full fitness. For me, the blame isn't on Patrick Bamford. The blame is on the board. And I'm not saying, I've heard people say, oh, we need someone to replace him. Yeah, as well. Yeah, I hear that. Improve on it. Improve on it. But the board didn't do anything. They went for Bamba Dieng. They went for Gakpo. They went and ended up with a kid. That's the facts. And all these people will be sat here now saying, we have got a striker. Rodrigo, where's the shouts for Rodrigo anyway? After he'd scored a couple of goals. I was never on that. I still questioned it. Where are they now? Do you know what I mean? The guy was non-existent yesterday. Sonny Perkins, too young. Spoke to Corey, he said he did exactly the same at West Ham. Smashing goals left, right and centre. The step-up's huge. Crysencio Somerville, need I see more? You know? Jan Paveda 2.0 for me. I'm yet to see anything. I'm yet to see it. Who else? Mateo Joseph, definitely not ready. Gelhardt, not the right profile. Gnonto, second striker, maybe in a Ram or Lamb, not the right profile. People will laugh at me, but we needed a Morpay. We needed a Shea Adams. We needed someone who's going to hold that ball up and bring others into play. And also be able to finish at times. Look at Danny Welbeck at Brighton. People laugh. Danny Welbeck, bruh. Look at his performances. Look at Brighton. Does he score many? No. Is he integral to what they do? Yes. Look at his performance against Liverpool. Welbeck burnt Liverpool up. He is exceptional at what he does. But because he doesn't score, like this 20 goal a season man's non-existent. It doesn't exist unless you're Erling Haaland. Morpay will get you 10 goals a season. Nice. Our strikers don't get that. But people want to throw shade. But I'm saying the problem isn't Bamford. It's the board again for me. Jesse wanted a striker. The board didn't want to spend the money. They left it too late. And that brings me to Cooper as well. People want the same energy for Cooper as what gets given to the rest of the players. Let's not compare Llorente and Cooper because they're not even in the same stratosphere for dependability, in my opinion. Again, just my opinion. Llorente, nah, car crash. Better on the ball, yes, but car crash. Cooper's just maybe a bike crash. Not as bad as what, a full pile-up on the motorway maybe. But listen, I like Cooper, I back Cooper. Okay, I understand people wanting the same energy. But guess what, folks? We can't change it. Why can't we change it? Because the board didn't get a left-back. Jesse said Firpo was his number one left-back. Don't know why, but he's not fit anyway. He's injured again. What did he play against Villa? 20 minutes? He's broke. Barcelona are laughing all the way to the bank with that one. At least Emerson Royale, who Spurs fans hate, can actually play games when he's not suspended. Ours can't even play games. There's a reason he didn't play at Barca for 2 years. So even if you wanted to rectify the Cooper situation, there's a simple rectification. It's Pascal Struijk. He's our number one alongside Koch. We all know that. And that will be the centre-back next season. But we can't do that. Why? Because the board didn't invest and get us a left-back. So we're stuck with probably our best left-sided centre-back playing at left-back. He does a fantastic job there. But we're stuck with it because we don't have an option. Because guess what? The club seem to think you don't need left-backs. You know? Because they don't even have one at the football club. We've probably only got one and he'll be in the under-9s. Alfie McAlmont was playing there. He's a CDM. That lad should have been sold. Let him go do his career. Let him go back out on loan. Instead, the club are keeping him here and he's been playing at left-back at times. It's a joke. I want to talk about Somerville as well. I don't know what he does. I'm still yet to be convinced. Everyone tells me about his numbers. Crazy numbers. I understand it in the under-23s. Crazy numbers. But it's such a big jump. And those that are asking for Gnonto and all these different players, they're clearly behind Somerville in the manager's eyes. So if he's not doing it, are they going to be able to do it? I question it. I want to talk about Rodrigo as well. Rodrigo has slipped back in. He can't play behind the striker. He never could do it under Bielsa. And he can't lead the line good enough for me in this side, in this setup. People will go back to his goals. You know, there was so much hype around it. KG said it right. Fool me once, fool me twice, fool me third time. That's on me. I told you all about Rodrigo. But again, this comes back to one thing. It comes back to the board. And I'm going to finish on this as well. Cody Gakpo. Have you seen the latest Athletic article? Forget about the Daily Mail. People tagging me in it saying, I told you so, Joe. We are getting Gakpo. We are not getting Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo apparently was happy to come. That's what the Athletic's saying. However, Leeds has formed and tumbled down the table. He's looking at it going, you know what? Yo, I'm doing bits. There's only Erling Haaland that's probably better than me in terms of goal contributions this season. And they want me to go to a team that won't finish in the top 10 in the Premier League and could well be in a relegation battle. Have a day off. That guy's going to the Champions League. He'll go to a top side. Tottenham interested. Man United interested. But people believe the hype and say, oh yeah, nah, they'll get it done. There's only one reason that deal didn't get done. Again, back to the board, back to the owner. 30 million in add-ons on top of 30. 6 million of that was if we got Champions League. My days. Leeds United getting the Champions League this season, next season, the season after, if we're being real, even if we'd have had an amazing start to the season, it was never going to happen. Victor Orta's come out and himself and said in an interview, that top six is nigh on impregnable. Impregnable. You can't get in there. City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham. The list goes on. Man United, West Ham, Newcastle, all ahead of us. That's 8 teams. Brighton. There's so many more. And they want to say, oh, yeah, we'll give you 6 million if we get Champions League. Come on, man. PSV, no matter how skint they are, must have gone, well, we're never seeing that. So the fact that how suddenly we're going to get this deal done in January, listen, I hope I eat my words. And I hope you all come back to me and clip this up and say, yeah, boom. Don't have a clue, this lad. That may well be the case. But Gakpo now, after a few Daily Mirror, oh, we've agreed personal terms, all that. The Athletic, David Ornstein, top tier. Yeah, Gakpo's not feeling it. And can you blame him? Can you blame him? We're not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. You're probably not feeling it if you've made it this far. Because like I say, everyone wants me to be like, oh, just positive for the sake of being positive. There is nothing to be positive about right now. We've got Arsenal next. Listen, we might catch them on the fly like we did Chelsea, but if we don't take our chances in the time that we're on top, it's game over. Arteta is good at his job, regardless of what people say. I've seen everyone now, mental gymnastics, coming out and saying, we now believe in the process. He will have a plan to deal with Leeds. No disrespect. Xhaka, Partey, Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, Jesus, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Ramsdale. What? Like, nah. We're not beating that. I'm sorry. We're not beating that, especially when you consider the form they're in. And guess who's up next after that? We go away to Leicester. We're terrible away from home, right? Leicester are in dire form. They'll beat us, man. We then play Fulham. We've then got Liverpool and Bournemouth all before the World Cup. Where do you see that next win coming from? Be honest. Because we could well find a situation where after the World Cup, we have a new manager. And if we don't win any of these and we don't see an upturn in form, I'm sorry to say it'll be the right decision. Because for me, we have a decent nucleus there. We do. The new signings are the best players. That shows that we do need to now rejuvenate this squad. We do need to rejuvenate this squad. But at the minute, the tactics just ain't working. They're just not working. Leicester are terrible at the minute. 1 win against Nottingham Forest, which shows you how poor they are. Are you confident that we'll go down there and do what Bournemouth did and beat them? I'm not. Fulham, I worry about Mitrovic, Pereira, Polinia. He'll give Adams a good game. I worry. Liverpool, again, shocking. We won't beat Liverpool. And then Bournemouth, this is what I'm saying. You've got to beat Bournemouth. You've got to beat Fulham. You've got to beat Leicester with the form that they're in and try to take points elsewhere. But I worry. And I will say it now, like, if we are currently playing how we are, and there is no sort of plan B, no tactical plan really other than kick and rush, which you see on a Sunday, in Sunday and Saturday leagues, we're pissed up blokes playing it. If we don't see an improvement, then I'm sorry to say I will be saying he needs to go because Leeds are falling and falling fast. Now, I hope he turns it around. And I know people will be watching this saying, Joe, man, you waiting. I don't. Why would I want someone to not do well at my football club? Why would you want that? Who would want that energy? It's madness. You want to see your club doing well. And we played really decent runs against Chelsea. Everything else, it's been, oh my days. And the tactical switches are not working or are non-existent. What is the plan? Come back to it. Has anything changed? We've got worse, not better. Listen, if you've stayed to the end, big up to you. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm out now. I'll be live tonight for a Premier League review. Hopefully not discussing too much on the Leeds game. But thank you as always for watching. I'll see you in a bit. Peace out. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.